everybody, it's Julie the Whippy Chick here, and with me as almost always is Willie. He never looks particularly excited to be here, but he always shows up, so that should tell you something. So today I would like to talk about a beginner-friendly project. I've been trying to think of something that I could do a tutorial on that would be very beginner friendly and kind of a quick make so that you'd have something to show for it. A lot of times when you're starting off as a beginner, you really want that kind of instant gratification that, look, I made this thing, you know. So I was trying to come up with something that we could do that would be very simple, easy, and good practice. So I thought that doing dishcloths would be great. So then I thought, well, what medium should we use? We could do Tunisian crochet, we could do regular crochet, or we could do knit. All of them, you know, are good mediums for making a dishcloth or a washcloth. So I did a bunch of samples of each. So I started off with the Tunisian crochet, and this was my first Tunisian crochet dishcloth. And I actually got this pattern from Tunisian Stitches, and I will leave the link for that video. It wasn't too hard. It was pretty easy. Tunisian drives me crazy because it always has the curl. They say once it's blocked, it won't curl. I don't know. This dishcloth has been used a lot, and washed and dried, and it's still curling. So I don't think that blocking it is really going to get rid of the curl, but it is a good pattern to use. And I will say it does make a really good dishcloth because it's a very, very tight weave. So make yourself comfortable there, Willie. So I'm just going to hold up this close to the camera so you can see how tight the weave is on this particular pattern. Okay, so this yarn that I used, I actually have what's left of it here in my little cake. It seemed at first like it faded a lot when I used it, but now that I'm looking at it close up to the actual yarn cake, it really didn't fade too much. So I used, this was yarn that was gifted to me. It's called Creme de la Creme, and 100% cotton. All of the yarn that I used to make the dishcloths / washcloths was 100% cotton. So that's that one, Creme de la Creme, and let's see if I can find the color. Also, I don't have my glasses on, so that's not helping. Popsicle Brights, that is the name of the colorway. This yarn was gifted to me with a bunch of yarn that came all at once, so I don't know if these colors are still available. There's Popsicle Brights. So I'll set that over there. So that was my first Tunisian. Second Tunisian example, voila, lots of curl. But I will say, I haven't used this one yet, but I did a couple variations of this stitch. I did the simple stitch, and then also I believe it was the purl stitch, and it really gave this really cool ridge to it, which would be really great for scrubbing either your skin or dishes. It's not super scratchy or anything like that, so you certainly could use it for a face scrub. So I like that one a lot. I haven't used it yet, but like I said, that Tunisian curl drives me crazy. I shouldn't let it drive me crazy, but it does. And this yarn was Sugar and Cream by Lily. I think, in fact, most of the projects I did, I used Lily Sugar and Cream. And this color is, that is this color. It doesn't really say, it's just a number, 00201. But I don't see any like fun color name for it. So anyway, Sugar and Cream. So far that's the only cotton yarn I've really used very much, but I like it. It's pretty good. Okay, so the last Tunisian one I did, I used this yarn, and I don't actually have the label, so I'm going to have to insert a picture here. So hopefully when you're watching this, you'll see the picture. I hated this yarn. It is a yarn by Peaches and Cream. Peaches and Cream? No, Sugar and Cream. I said that wrong. I did use a Tunisian Simple Stitch. That's all I used. But it does this weird thing where it has the cotton and then it swaps out to the scrubby yarn and then back to the cotton, and I just did not like this at all. I just don't like it. I'm probably going to use this as a cleaning rag, or maybe I won't do anything with it. It might just end up in the trash. I really hated it. Hated it. But then I got thinking, well, maybe I was just using the wrong medium for this type of yarn, so I tried it with knit. So now we'll talk about the knit washcloths. So this is a really simple pattern. I think it's just called your grandma's washcloth or your grandma's dishcloth. I don't know. It's just, I think it's a pattern that's been out on the internet forever. It's very simple, and I do like the yarn a little bit better with this pattern, this knit pattern. So I actually did a couple with this pattern. I also did it in red. Again, same yarn, Sugar and Cream, is just the red one. So I'll bring the red one up so you can see how simple this pattern is. This is very, very beginner friendly, and this is probably one that I will do a tutorial on because it's super simple and it works up super fast. And because it's a dishcloth, if you make mistakes, who cares? You're washing dishes with it. It's really not a big deal. And then when you get good at it, you can use them for gifts. You know, you could even use them for a washcloth, like a gift that's a washcloth, and then get like a fancy soap and wrap them together. That would make a really nice gift. But yeah, when you're just learning, it's a great project to do. So that's the knit one. I did one more knit project, and this one is so thick. I'll hold it up close. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see how thick this is, but it's so super squishy. And the reason it is because it's done with 2 strands at one time. So I used 2 strands of the Sugar and Cream, these bright neon colors. I am such a sucker for neon bright colors. This one is hot green, and I think this one's just called hot orange. I think they're kind of the same color names. Hot orange, yeah, caliente. I love to read the Spanish names. Yeah, so I loved these 2 colors together. They're just so fun. And that's another thing that's fun about washcloths and dishcloths. You can make them really bright and crazy and fun. So, but this was so thick, and the pattern called for an awful lot of stitches. So it makes a really nice big washcloth. Most of these I haven't used. I did use the one Tunisian one, but I wanted to keep them kind of nice to, you know, show you in the video. So anyway, excited to use this one. It's really big and fluffy. So those are all of the knit ones. So I've done Tunisian and knit. And so now I'm going to talk about crochet. I'm going to be very honest. I hate crocheting with this kind of cotton yarn. It's like nothing flows smooth for me with this stuff. It's like every time I make a stitch, I almost have to like pop it through. I just don't like it. I like things to go really smooth. And I found that when knitting with the cotton yarn, everything moved really smooth. It would just glide right off the needles. But with the crocheting, that popping it through the loop every time, I just don't like it. But I did make 2. I used a waffle stitch in this one. Hold it up so you can see the stitch a little bit. I thought it would be good. It would give it a nice texture to make it real scrubby. But you can see it's not nearly as tight a weave as the knitting or the Tunisian crochet. It's a much looser weave. That's okay. It'll still make a good dishcloth. But and I do like the waffle pattern. For me, for whatever reason, I don't like knitting, or I'm sorry, I don't like crocheting with the 100% cotton yarn. And maybe it's just the brand of yarn that I'm using, but I don't think so. We'll see. I know that Premier makes a good cotton yarn, and I want to say that there's a little bit polyester in it. I'm not sure. I was reading about it a few weeks ago. So I'll have to order some of that. Maybe do a little bit of a compare and contrast between the Sugar and Cream by Lily and the Premier cotton. We'll see. The last one I did is also a crochet project. I actually did a corner to corner, and I did use the blue cotton yarn by Sugar and Cream. This is Dazzle Blue, which is kind of prophetic because I also used at the same time the Red Heart Scrubby Sparkle. Did I say that right? Yeah, Scrubby Sparkle. So the only thing I like just as much as bright colors are sparkly things. I'm never sure if my favorite color is green, bright green, or glitter. It's a fun joke. I love to say my favorite color is glitter. So that's what I used for this corner to corner. I doubled it up, and it actually moved pretty smooth. It is kind of scratchy, which is a good thing for a dishcloth because you can really scrub your dishes. I wouldn't want to use it on my skin, like the knit ones that are soft, you could use on your skin, but this is really, really, really scratchy. So bring that one up close and you can take a look. Maybe you can see some of the sparkle in it. Again, I haven't used these to do my dishes yet, with the exception of that first one we looked at, because I was trying to keep them nice for the tutorial or for the video. So I think that about wraps it up though. I will be doing a couple tutorials. I think I might do a tutorial on the corner to corner for the crochet, and I might do a tutorial for the knitting one. The Tunisian, I don't feel confident enough in my skills with Tunisian crochet to really do a tutorial at this time. Maybe in the future, but I'm gonna need to practice it a little bit more. And maybe see if I can't get rid of that curl that makes me so crazy. But I can leave some links for different channels where they do excellent Tunisian crochet tutorials as well, and I'll leave those down in the description below. So with that, I hope you're having a wonderful end of spring going into summertime phase. It's so nice to have the sun back with us for long, long days, and bringing some of those temperatures up a little is also nice. So I hope that you're doing well and enjoying life. I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.